I could buy any house in the world, and I don't want any other house than the one I'm in. And that house is in a middle-class neighborhood. I'm happy in a pair of khakis and a sweater, so I don't need fancy clothes. I don't need fancy food.
Do you have an iPad?
I do not have an iPad.
iPhone?
No.
In 1958, Warren Buffett bought a modest house in Omaha, Nebraska for just $31,500. Today, he's one of the richest people on Earth, worth over $120 billion. Yet, he still lives in that same house. Adjusted for inflation, $31,500 in 1958 is equal to $340,229 in 2024. Annual inflation over this period was 3.67%. Yet, the Oracle of Omaha prefers to rent, even though the home is now worth $1.4 million. Why do some of the world's wealthiest people choose to live like they're barely making ends meet? Is it modesty, or is there something deeper at play? Let's dive into why billionaires try so hard to look poor and how it shapes their wealth, safety, and public perception. Billionaires like Warren Buffett, Mark Zuckerberg, and Elon Musk often surprise people with their surprisingly modest lifestyles. While they control massive amounts of wealth, their personal choices paint a very different picture. Take Warren Buffett, for example. He avoids luxury cars, flashy vacations, or extravagant spending. Instead, he opts for simple meals at McDonald's and prefers Coke over expensive wines. When asked why he doesn't upgrade his home or lifestyle, Buffett once said, "My life can't get happier beyond a certain point." Mark Zuckerberg, the co-founder of Facebook, often wears the same plain grey t-shirt and jeans every day. His reasoning? To reduce decision fatigue. Yet, this habit has also kept him relatable to the millions of users his platform serves. Despite his $214 billion fortune, he and his wife live in a $7 million home in Palo Alto, California. He later spent additional $43 million to upgrade the home, a steep price for many, but modest by billionaire standards. Then there's Elon Musk, a name synonymous with innovation and wealth. Musk sold off almost all his entire real estate portfolio in 2020, claiming he wanted to simplify his life. Today, he reportedly lives in a $50,000 prefabricated home near his SpaceX headquarters in Texas. Why the modesty? Well, it's not just about being humble. This modesty often stems from strategic reasoning. Living modestly helps billionaires manage their public image in an era of rising wealth inequality. By appearing relatable, they soften the criticism often directed at the ultra-rich. A 2019 study from Boston University revealed that 68% of the wealthiest Americans deliberately avoid showing signs of extreme wealth in public. They recognize that appearing too rich can attract resentment and even social backlash. For many, modest living also reflects a mindset. Some billionaires believe in focusing their time and energy on their work, rather than material possessions. This philosophy is deeply rooted in minimalism, where simplicity brings clarity and focus, but modesty is only the surface. Behind this image lies another layer of strategy. Billionaires have more than just personal reasons for keeping a low profile. Many deliberately downplay their wealth to avoid unwanted attention, financial risks, and even threats. Wealth can attract scrutiny from governments, tax authorities, and critics. Many billionaires have found ways to avoid appearing on lists, like Forbes' Billionaires list, by hiding their assets in trusts, offshore accounts, or under corporate entities. For example, Elon Musk's wealth is tied to the stock of Tesla and SpaceX. By keeping personal assets minimal, he avoids direct public criticism about his net worth. Similarly, billionaires like Larry Page and Sergey Brin of Google stay out of the limelight despite their immense fortunes. While billionaires may appear modest on the surface, many are quietly preparing for worst-case scenarios. From political unrest to climate change and economic collapse, the ultra-wealthy are investing in measures to safeguard their futures. Take New Zealand, for example. The country has become a hotspot for billionaires purchasing remote estates. Peter Thiel, co-founder of PayPal, famously bought a $13.5 million property there and built a luxury bunker to ensure his safety in case of global chaos. Similarly, farms and islands have become prized assets. Billionaires like Bill Gates are investing heavily in farmland. Gates owns over 270,000 acres in the United States, making him the largest private farmland owner in the country. These vast properties not only serve as investments, but also provide self-sufficient refuges during crises. Another notable trend is the shift to Florida. Billionaires are moving to the state to escape high taxes, enjoy lenient regulations, and benefit from year-round warm weather. Florida is now home to some of the wealthiest individuals, including Ken Griffin, who relocated his hedge fund citadel there in 2022. Yet, despite these substantial investments, many billionaires still avoid flaunting their wealth. They downplay their fortunes to maintain a modest public image while secretly fortifying their positions. This duality reflects a calculated strategy, one that combines public humility with private preparation. Displaying wealth can be dangerous. The rich often face threats like kidnapping, extortion, and hacking. By living modestly, they reduce their visibility and protect their families. Case in point, the Walton family, heirs to the Walmart empire, have invested millions in private security, yet they rarely flaunt their wealth publicly. This allows them to live without constantly fearing for their safety. Another trend among billionaires is investing in survival bunkers and isolated retreats.
So Billionaire's bunker is Indian Creek Village. It's its own town off of Miami Beach, and it's guard gated. So a lot of, super wealthy billionaires live there. Residents include Julio Iglesias, Carl Icahn, Tom Brady, Jared Kushner, Ivanka Trump.
And now Jeff Bezos.
The world's wealthiest people are preparing for potential disasters, from climate change to political upheaval. A 2021 report by The Guardian highlighted how New Zealand has become a hotspot for luxury bunkers purchased by billionaires. Billionaires like Peter Thiel, co-founder of PayPal, have purchased vast estates in remote locations. They see these as safe havens in case of economic or societal collapse. Living modestly and avoiding the spotlight isn't just about appearances or safety. For billionaires, this strategy often delivers tangible benefits that reinforce their long-term financial and personal goals. One of the biggest advantages of staying under the radar is maintaining control over how their wealth is perceived and used. By keeping their net worth understated, billionaires can reduce external pressures to donate or invest in specific causes. For example, Amazon founder Jeff Bezos faced significant backlash in 2021 for his relatively small contributions to philanthropic efforts compared to other billionaires. By contrast, those who avoid public attention, like the Koch family, quietly channel their wealth into ventures aligned with their ideologies, with far less public scrutiny. Looking modest can also be a powerful business strategy. By projecting an image of restraint, billionaires can foster goodwill and trust among customers, employees, and investors. Consider Warren Buffett again. His modest lifestyle mirrors the values of Berkshire Hathaway, which emphasizes steady growth and financial responsibility. This alignment between personal and corporate philosophy strengthens his brand, making him one of the most respected investors in history. In another example, Mark Zuckerberg's casual attire reflects Facebook's early ethos of breaking down traditional corporate barriers. His minimalist image aligns with the brand's appeal to everyday users, even as the company has grown into a tech giant. While some billionaires focus on public-facing ventures, others quietly amass wealth in unconventional ways. By avoiding the spotlight, they can make calculated moves without attracting competition or regulatory scrutiny. Here's a great example. Ingvar Kamprad, founder of IKEA, was one of the world's wealthiest individuals. Yet, he famously drove a 15-year-old car and flew economy class. His modest public image allowed him to sidestep political criticism in Sweden while building an empire worth tens of billions of dollars. In an era of increasing public distrust of the ultra-wealthy, billionaires have learned that relatability is a powerful tool. Showing restraint in personal spending helps humanize them, especially as discussions about wealth inequality grow louder. For example, Elon Musk has often tweeted about sleeping on factory floors and living minimally. This narrative resonates with the public, creating an image of a hard-working innovator rather than a detached billionaire. What does this mean for the rest of us? The reasons billionaires try to look poor aren't random. They're calculated moves that serve their personal, financial, and public goals. Their modesty helps them avoid scrutiny, stay safe, and quietly build their wealth. But this raises a larger question. Should billionaires feel the need to hide their success to avoid backlash? Or does this trend reveal deeper flaws in how society views extreme wealth?